I'm just feeling kind of good right now. The split's done. We're just, almost in wait mode now, waiting for flowers to appear across the countryside. Just kind of waiting to get busy again. So I'm working away at just little side jobs here. I can't help myself. This is one of our fields, sown to wheat. And there's little wee wet spots along the edges and throughout this field and all the rest on the farm. I can't help myself, but I just want to take advantage of these little spots around the edges. So what I'm doing is I've gathered up some oats that bin sweeping oats, just to act as a bulk. I robbed half a bag of extra sunflower seed from the grain farm. They don't know about that. It'll produce me some nice sunflowers for these bees to feed on. And I bought a bag of Phacelia. I participated in the University of Manitoba field strip trial last year, and they're doing it again this year. And one thing I noticed within the strips, they planted Phacelia along with sunflowers, and the bees just went absolutely bonkers over that Phacelia. Same with the sunflowers. So being that I'm sowing down these little edges just to get some annual flower, I'm going to sow down some Phacelia and some sunflower. I sprinkled some canola in there too, because bees love canola. But at any rate, I'm growing these flowers around the edges just to provide my bees with a little bit of that natural forage that they seem to be lacking later on in the year after everything matures and there's not much left to forage on. I'm just seeding these a little bit late so these flowers mature a little bit later in the year, and maybe with a little bit of luck, a little bit of rain, this will all germinate nice and progress, grow, and flower right through August, right when I need that pollen, just during that critical time of sending these hives into winter mode, building that winter nest. And if I can just capture just a little bit of that pollen, just that natural stuff, if I just have dregs coming into the colony, maybe then that supplement that I put into the hives will be better utilized. That's my theory behind it anyways. We're going to see if this works. I kind of feel like I'm wasting my time a little bit, but it's, we need to find flowers. We need to promote flowers, and the only way we can do it, because we're not going to get it in there, nor do I want it in there, because we need to make money on this field. It's got to stay profitable. We can't afford to have anything else growing in that field but that wheat. But around the edges, if I can waste my time just putting a little bit of flowers around the edges, some sunflowers, Phacelia, some canola, just a little bit of natural pollen. I'm using my brother's grass seed seeder, and I don't know, this is pretty crude, but it seems to be doing the job nice. It's throwing the seed at least 10 feet, and I guess I'll see what type of coverage I got when it germinates. So hopefully in about 3 weeks I can make another video and show you my nice emergence. And maybe as we go into August and as we walk into the middle of August, when I really need these flowers, maybe I can make another video and show you the lush growth of flowers within this little wet spot just around the edges, just littered with bees. hell of a wind last night. Oh, that was a mean wind. It like I've felt gusts before, but I've never actually felt a gust where it actually kind of whiplash you, where you kind of hit the gust and then it just hits you again, and then the third time just almost take you off your feet. Is just tremendous. It's terrible. The farm had a fire going. It was contained on one side, and this bloody wind came and switched directions, blew an ember into our bale yard, and we had a blaze all last night. Just about took out the yard. We had the fire department come in, and they stayed for the entire night fighting this goddamn fire, and we had our water truck going and 2 other neighbors coming in with water trucks just to keep the fire contained, so we could at least remove and move the bales so the whole yard didn't go up in flames, including the houses. And the neighbors come in with the tractors just to help move these bales. So we move 500-600 bales in about 3/4 of an hour. Just unreal, that wind, and it just kept changing directions, switching around. So that's the reason why we have a volunteer fire department, is to get ourselves out of trouble when we get ourselves into trouble like that. Just unreal. So I'm just on my way out to move some hives around. Looks like the bees have already started flying, so I might be too late on that. But I'm going to send the crew around to do a check on all my yards, because I can't see how there's any lids left on our hives. This is our last graft that we put in. We did this Sunday. We're after, boy, they sure consumed that. Was that a half patty put in?
I put in a third.
I gotta put my veil on. These guys are a little cranky. We had a wicked storm come through yesterday. I just want to check the cells to see what we have going. These are going to be used for, what do you call it?
Backups,
backup, yeah. Just in case we have some bad luck with our mating. I wanted to be able to salvage the nukes, which has a shit ton of bees in them, so they don't just simply get tossed into another nuke, so we can utilize them. So this builder is getting a little bit old. I just want to see if, boy, that is white wax. Look at the jelly in those. So this builder has been going since the 17th, and last time we boosted this one, well, we quit boosting because we shut them down. All the rest in the yard were shut down. No, you boosted this one though, didn't you?
They had 2 brood frames instead of 1. I didn't have to boost this one because bright yellow we had drift.
Okay, so these guys had a lot of bees. Look at the white wax.
Those are some very white cells.
So these bees, what do you call those glands?
Hypopharyngeal gland. Pharyngeal.
Okay, Carrie knows how to say that. We obviously have reactivated those. They are building. There is no nectar flow right now, so they're into the sugar, which I can't see. Might have to put a little more sugar in there. But they're just about done building those cells anyways. Nice and nice.
It's 2 blanks.
2 blanks on that one. That's pretty good. That's pretty typical for you, actually. They're into the patty, so they're just devouring this protein. I just love it. Look at that. I think I got the consistency right on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty. Speaking of which, we're going to have to get more patties out in the colonies right away. So I want to take a peek at builder. Which one was that? G?
This is G and that one's H.
H is the one that gives us nice cells. We'll just see if they live up to their expectations. They're onto the patty. Syrup needs topping up. Yeah, these guys are a little cranky this morning. Here's our place taker. We shut everything down so we're not dropping another graft in here. Everything's been cycled through. Those colonies we're just going to boost nukes as we check the queen acceptance. Anything that needs a little bit of bees, we'll get a frame of bees. Boy, the graft years come to an end already. Oh, those are nice. The cups are right full of jelly. That's the most important part. I'll have a couple shorter ones. This one's not as long, but
5 blanks.
5 blanks, but they'll fill those out. Those are nice. Nice and straight. This one will be a little shorter one. Look at the jelly in there. That's good. So we'll have how many blanks? 5?
There's 5 here and 2 in that one.
So that's 7. So that's 82 cells we'll have ready on next Thursday. So that timing's perfect, because if we start checking back in some of these nukes, that as we work all next week, we'll have 82 cells available to fix up some failures. So that's just a little bit of insurance, and we'll go with that.